Maneva na sema PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV de osia dem yopo.
Afenyo-Markin begs Mahama over NPP criminal prosecutions. So you see, whilst one man is begging, another man is engaged in cheap communist populist propaganda. But it's not about begging. It's not about how much tears you can shed. It's all about the work being done. It's not about Mahama. It's not about Iyoko. It's not about Akuritinga Ayene. Neither is it about Semsai. It's not about Black Rasta. It's about Ghana. Mahama has no right to stop any prosecution. No right, absolutely. Has no right to shield any criminal. My brother, my sister, Afenyo-Markin is called Osahin Alexander Afenyo-Markin. He is the minority, micro to the umpteenth time minority in parliament. If you want to see them in parliament, you need a magnifying glass of the highest lens. They are non-existent in there. They used to be in the majority. They played with the lives of Ghanaians, and Ghanaians taught them a very bitter lesson. They reduced them to nothingness. Yes. This is Afenyo-Markin. He's a guy that I like in one way or the other, even though he has his weaknesses, and sometimes he goes overboard. This is him, Afenyo-Markin. This was the same guy who slapped a policeman that we saw allegedly on tape 3 times. Bang, bang, bang. A uniformed policeman. And later, instead of succumbing to humility and going to speak to the policeman and say, you know what, bros? It was adrenaline. Please come, let's have a drink. Let's eat some banku and fish. Forgive me. No, arrogance, political expediency. Yes, political correctness. This is the guy. He has never apologized. And I hear his house is just a few meters away from the Tesano police station where that gentleman is. And the laws of Ghana have been quiet. The police service is very angry. The docket has been sent to the Attorney General. The Attorney General is supposed to act on it. As to what is causing the freeze, your guess is as good as mine. You see, these people protect each other. They no longer really look at Ghana anymore. They look at the game of chess. When it's your turn to move, move freely. And when it's my turn, give me that fluidity of movement. But his time will come. Posterity will judge them one after the other if the laws of the country fail. I beg your pardon. My brother, my sister, this is Afenyo-Markin. I chanced upon a tape in which he was talking to the President of the Republic. And he was saying, you do me, I do you politics must stop. The accounts have an Edinkra symbol that says, Obi Nkabi. Find me that symbol. Obi Nkabi. Obi Nkabi. It's like 2 lizards that are turned against each other. Obi Nkabi. My brother, my sister. Listen. What he's saying makes a lot of sense. Politics of retribution. Politics of retaliation. That's what he's talking about. Hey, the president who stood against this kind of politics was John Evans Atta Mills. Obi Nkabi. Nobody buys the other. That's it. My brother, my sister, Afenyo-Markin spoke in the days of John Evans Atta Mills. Rawlings was pushing him. That was his political mentor. Jail these NPP people. The corrupt guys, jail them. Punish them. Push for their prosecution. And John Evans Atta Mills told the former president, then his own mentor, that, oh, Asumgwe, and Rawlings asked, what is Asumgwe? Say, oh, Asumgwe. So we nicknamed him Asumgwe, the King of Peace. Asumgwe, cool ears. We nicknamed him Asumgwe. He never prosecuted any member of the past regime. He said, let's start on a plain note of rehabilitation. Rehabilitation. Let us start on a plain sheet of rehabilitation. Let us do that. That was what he said. And Rawlings from that time became his enemy. No wonder, time after time, he made ridiculous remarks about John Evans Atta Mills. And even at the time, he himself said it. Rawlings himself, that when he told him to prosecute all those criminals, that's the word he liked to use, criminals. He said, oh, leave them. Oh, leave them. Me, I want to have a clean sheet. No, Rawlings didn't like that idea. He wanted them to be prosecuted. And that was where I felt that John Evans Atta Mills made a mistake. It's not for you, as president, to decide that criminals should go free. No. The nation demands justice. When are you going to get justice? Even in heaven, there's supposed to be justice. Bad people go to hell and good people go to heaven. True? Afenyo-Markin spoke. Let's listen to what he said. And what did President Mahama say back? Watch this.
I think that Mr. President would leave a good legacy if he's able to end this vicious cycle of you do me, I do you. My brother, I concede that we, the two political parties, have not done enough to stop this idea of political witch hunt. I concede. But there must be an end somewhere. I can speak for myself. I will not mention names. But when the 8 years of NPP, look, there was one day in the early days, 2017, I was in Winneba. A very important appointee of the Mahama administration was detained at Yoko. The wife had a little baby. And this man, I call him Wafa, a very good friend of mine. So he called me. I said, Wafa, I said, Omudimia by Yoko. Meanwhile, wife kra akola ketwa. Ye me enu pene ye wofi. Wife are you worried? Look, I drove from Winneba to Accra, straight to Yoko, went to ACP Amwa, and I said, Counsel, it's not fair. If you finished interrogating the man, let him go. I wasn't satisfied with his response. From there, I drove to Frema, Chief of Staff. It was around 11 p.m. And by the grace of God, that respected former appointee was made to go without asking him to post some property worth the amount being investigated. I did that for several others when I was not even in leadership. And when I came into leadership, together with somebody like Napo, sometimes people don't know who Napo is. The right time will come, we'll talk about him. Napo, Kandapa, Gabi. Sometimes people attack him. He is always being attacked here and there. did a lot of night walking into ensuring that certain excesses are not pursued. I wouldn't say we 100% achieved what had to be achieved. All right? There were still some excesses and all of that. I am saying that the NDC getting this opportunity, it is true that some of them are bitter as a result of certain excesses during the Akufo-Addo administration. I concede. But we are a country. We are a democracy. Can't we pause and say that let's end this? Now, finally, I am making that call on Mr. President because of the great respect I have for him. That Mr. President, you can make it happen so that it makes life easy for those of us who are also moderates on the NPP side. That when Dr. Bawumia assumes office in 2029 and anybody is being attacked, we can call whoever out. At cabinet, people can contribute and say that no, let's end this thing. Because it is not good for the image of the country. We waste so much time attacking people. If the person is involved in any wrongdoing, pursue him, but with a human face. Let the law be there for everybody. It's not only me who is questioning the actions of government. Harun Edrisu has called out Iyoko and all. The recent non-custodial sentencing law. Go and listen to Honorable Muntaka at the second reading. He spoke about some of these excesses in our system. So all I'm saying is that Mr. President has a golden opportunity to leave us with a legacy that would say that no to the vicious cycle of you do me, I do you. I will celebrate him if he's able to achieve that. That is the only demand I would want to make of him.
He was speaking with my very good friend Winston Amoa. My brother, from where I sit, he's only trying to save his own head. That's all I see. Yes, on paper it's making sense. But on hindsight, he's trying to save his own head. He himself might not be that clean. For all you know, Iyoko is gradually closing up on him. I don't know. My brother, listen to the analysis. With all respect, he spoke fluently. It looked like he was making sense. But there's no common sense in this. Absolutely. Now hear this. Oh, they arrested somebody from the NDC in the days of the NPP. And then they took him to Iyoko. This Amwa guy interrogated him and locked him up. And he called him his political messiah. Come, wifey is at home. And we have a little child. My brother, my sister, a little child. We are the only two in the house. Wifey is getting worried. What happened to social welfare? If this was in America, you would think they will release him just because the wife has a little child. When they catch a father and a mother who are illegally living in the country, they send them back and take the little 1 hour-old baby to social welfare. That is how rigorous the laws must be. She has a little child in the house, so what? Where is social welfare? Let the institutions work, or else every criminal would have an alibi. One lie. Oh, me too, I have a choke. A choke. Yeah, me too, yeah, me out. But me choke, me what choke. No, sir. If the country must work, the law must be colorless and faceless. It doesn't matter whether it's Afenyo-Markin's elder brothers, senior brothers, younger brothers, sisters, uncle. Or Haruna Idrisu's goats, brothers, shepherd, whatever. Let the truth be colorless, faceless, and odorless like water. Hallelujah. He said, when they were in power, they did a lot of night walking in order to cut out some of the excesses. That is good. If there are excesses, fine. But what are the excesses from Mahama? He's one of the most gentle presidents I have seen in Nana Addo's regime, and I hate these comparisons. We saw how journalists were treated. Manasseh Azure was chased out of the country. He ran all the way to South Africa. And when he came home 24/7, he had armed policemen holding guns as long as fufu pistols guarding him. In the days of Nana Addo, my brother, my sister, we saw what happened. And Afenyo-Markin says, yes, there were excesses on both sides. I do you, you do me. Me too, I do you, you do me. You do me, me too, I do you. Must stop. That makes sense. But my brother, if I do you, you do me, it's all about giving favors to political partners and cliques and cronies. No, sir. That's not what we're looking for. No. Ha! Whoever was in Iyoko's custody, my brother, my sister, should be there. As long as investigations are going on legally, there should be a reason. Let the law work. If they free him and he runs away. This was what happened to Ajua Safo. That she had a baby. Listen to this nonsense. Ajua Safo had a baby. She was breastfeeding. And she had been nominated for a ministerial position that had to do with babies, women, children, and social welfare. And she was supposed to come to the Parliament House and be vetted. When she came, Haruna Idrisu was sitting there. And some other people. Her vetting was the shortest. And the reason was that she was breastfeeding. And she had to go home and feed her baby. What happened to feeding bottles where women squeeze milk into? What was wrong with her bringing her baby to the Parliament House? Or better still, it could have been conducted on Zoom for all of us to see in the comfort of her home. Our mothers carry us on their backs and carry sacks of cassava. They are sweating and moving. You cannot bring your baby to the Parliament House to sit down for an hour or so to be vetted. No, they gave her the most abysmal vetting, and she became the worst minister ever in the history of this nation. Maybe only next to Kobo Edusei and Amoaten, who took heroin and cocaine to America, wherever he went to. This nonchalance must stop. This apartheid behavior must stop. Political favors. Oh, these are my friends. So we are in power. Let us give them a favor. When we also come, we give them favor. That is the true I do you, you do me. Political favors to cronies, the nation will never develop. Afenyo-Markin should have told him, I believe in the law. Can you say this in America? Can you say this in Japan, in China, that you've been picked up by the authorities for investigation, and you call a political person and say, hey, and then he rushes to the authority and says, free this person because he has a little baby. Yet all of you idiots want to go to America. If they had done the same nonsense that you are in Ghana doing, you think that you would want to go there? If you want to be a rich man, start behaving like a rich man now. You can't want to be a rich man and be sleeping every day and every night. Is that what rich people do? If I am arrested by Iyoko or arrested by anybody and I go there, I will present whatever I have to present. This is me. To the best of my ability. My brother, if you want to lock me up and use unnecessary power on me, the laws are supposed to work. First and foremost, let's instill the discipline of patriotism in our people for them to see that it's all about Ghana, not about political jingoisms and gymnastics. Is this hard to understand? Tell me. You sit down and say, and then had NPP time, I helped NDC people, and she had a baby, and they had to go home within, I went to Frema, and they released him. And what became of that issue? It was under the same Amwa, if I'm not mistaken, that Edu Buahene got the chance to allegedly swindle the state, the way investigators are telling us. Oh, please don't go there. Well, Mahama has responded, and it's on Ghana Web. Yes, it's on Ghana Web. Headlines. Mahama has given him a response. I don't take delight in prosecuting people. President Mahama. Dash. He has answered. And when you read the story, it says, it is the evidence that takes them there and not political retribution. That's it. It's the black pot. AKA Kuku.
Mamena PENDREAM TV ase. Now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.